Good morning and welcome to Sunday. Let me tell you how our morning went. It's went not so good. We went to bed really late because I was working on some stuff, and it was good because I was getting a lot of stuff done. Mal was playing Fallout, everything was fine, so we didn't go to bed until 4:30. At 6:30, Mal woke up and said, "I hear a weird noise." And I was like, okay. So we got out of bed, came into our spare bathroom, and there was a ridiculous amount of water coming out of the ceiling. And we're like, well, that seems bad. So we put a bucket there and we emailed our landlord and called our landlord because it was bad enough to just weren't calling at 6:30 in the morning. And then we were like, well, I guess we'll just lay back down. So an hour later we wake up and the 5-gallon bucket that we put into the spare bathroom was full. And I'm like, okay. So once again we tried calling our landlord and double checking things, and actually the water has now started coming into this area. Let me show you quick what we're dealing with. See, that is a lot. That is a lot of water. It's coming out there. It's coming out there. And you know, we have that bucket filled up in about 45 minutes or so. We're gonna have to put down some more buckets or pans or something to try and catch some of this water.
Can you put this one down?
Starting to come through here. Now my worry is that if it moves any further this way,
it's also in our other bathroom.
because it's starting to come into our other bathroom. If it moves any further this way, we're screwed, because, you know, ironically last night's video was about this room and how it looks. But the big issue right now is that if it starts to come in here, it's going to probably start with this. So I've been monitoring the ceiling there because that could be really bad. I've needed to put away this stuff. I guess one way to get me to put it away is to tell me it's all going to get ruined. So, yeah.
That's water, that line.
Yeah, that's a water line. So, it's now just about 8 o'clock. We've realistically had about maybe 2.5 hours of sleep. And now we're just up. Our landlord called us back. They called the emergency line for the apartment complex, and they're going to come deal with this. So now we just have to monitor it and make sure that everything's fine.
They're gonna shower because they're gonna come turn off the water.
Yeah, it's been an interesting day already. A slight update. I went upstairs just to mention to the neighbors, in case they weren't aware, that if their apartment is leaking, and they had just woken up and they said that they were aware of it, but obviously they just woke up, so they just found out. I mean, I don't know if a pipe burst. It seems like a pipe probably burst, because that's a lot of water.
Our landlord thinks it's the dish or the washing machine.
Oh, really?
But it's not in that room. It's in the bathroom.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, we talked to our landlord again, and she said, I mean, you know, it's not our problem because it's not our apartment. So our landlord's super cool and awesome. She contacted all the people necessary to make things happen. So they're going to deal with it, but it's not, you know, our building because it's coming from the ceiling. The pipes aren't in the ceiling. That would be for them. So yeah, I don't know if they're going to get it taken care of. They said someone will definitely be by today. So it's just a matter of keeping an eye on stuff, and we can't really go back to sleep. So it's going to be a tired day, but we'll get some stuff done. Don't have to record anything today, which is good. Yep. Yeah, it's going to be a day. It's definitely going to be a day. Mal, should we just...
Yeah, it's not the washing machine.
Okay, should we just use this as an opportunity to finally move all those N64 games?
Especially if they're going to need to get in there to shut off the breaker box, because that's in there too.
Yeah, okay.
Can I have my phone?
It's time to clean.
Calling me.
It's time to clean that room out. So our ceiling flooding adventure seems to come to an end. We had the people from the apartment complex, who actually own the apartment complex, come and talk to the people upstairs, and then stopped by down here to see what the damage was. And they said that this was all caused because the people upstairs clogged the toilet. Apparently they must have gotten up at some point in the middle of the night, 5, 6 a.m. to go to the toilet, clogged it so it never flushed, and they never paid attention to that, and they went to bed. So the toilet kept running and eventually overflowed for hours and hours and hours, and then came down into our apartment. That also means that the water that was coming down was from a clogged toilet. I don't think I have to explain what that means, but rest assured, we will be sanitizing everything, because oh my god, everything is disgusting. Wow. I think we're gonna have to just burn that rug.
Yeah.
Because that rug is now seeped in toilet water. Not just toilet water, used toilet water. So we're gonna have to burn it. Yeah. It's been an interesting morning. It's only 9 a.m. There's still time for them to like burn the apartment down.
They might.
It's been a day. Much later, I'm recording this in the room because you'll be able to actually hear me, and I wanted to talk a little bit before I walk out there. The people that stopped by that looked at everything was the HOA, and they stopped back by and they gave us an industrial blower because they said that would help dry things out a little more quickly. I don't know how Mal managed to stay up as long as she did. I was passing out because I was so tired. I worked on the computer because I still have vlogs to edit. And I worked for a little bit, and then I was like, Mal, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to lay down for a bit. So I came in here and laid down. Mal went into super clean all the things mode, and she cleaned all the things. So there's been an industrial blower, which I'll show you in a second, that's been blowing into that room. Mal bleached everything. She bleached the towels. I think she washed the towels twice. She bleached the floors. Like, I'm actually pretty sure that the apartment has never been this clean. So it's kind of a good thing, but Mal went into overdrive on all the cleaning. So I'm going to walk out here now. You guys can kind of see and hear how crazy loud this is.
That's even on one, not three.
That's on, yeah, that's not, oh, okay, so that's not even as loud as it was. It was a lot louder. So, how many times did you clean the towels?
I cleaned the entire floor.
Yeah.
And then the bathroom floor.
Okay.
And then the washcloth was like this gray.
Oh, yeah.
And then I threw it away. And then I got another washcloth. And then the bathroom floor again, the shower, and like the walls, because it had splashed up, and the cabinets, because it had splashed up. And then I washed all the towels in soap, and then I washed them in bleach, and then I dried them.
That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. Is it drying? Okay.
All the stuff in the shower I had to wash.
What did you say? I can't hear you over there.
All the stuff in the shower I had to wash too.
All the stuff in the shower was washed too. Okay, well, you guys want dry food? I can make that happen for you. Originally, when that thing started, and that was a lot louder, the cats were like, no. And then after it was around, after it had been around for like 2 hours, they're like, okay, I'm gonna come out because of what's going on. So we came out to investigate. But yeah, it's been a day. We're I think everything's set now, though. I think we're pretty good. I mean, obviously, the bathroom is disgusting because even though everything's been bleached, that poop water is still like all through the ceiling. It's all through the walls, and the baseboards are soaked in poop water. So is it actually sanitized? Just as much as can be done on the surface, but probably realistically what should happen is that things probably need to be tore out and replaced, honestly. I don't know. There's going to be a guy come, I think, to decide if that's what needs to happen. I think on Tuesday. Is that Monday?
And then the HOA is sending someone myself one.
And then the HOA is going to send a separate person to look at it. So, yeah, we don't know exactly what's supposed to happen, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of a problem. There's poop water everywhere, man. That's really bad. That's like the worst. Fortunately, it is in, you know, just one part of the house.
And it's not carpeted.
And it is not carpeted, so it could have been a lot worse, but it's still pretty crappy. No pun intended. Anyway, that's going to be it. We're going to go over to my parents' house for dinner because we're still eating on those Thanksgiving leftovers. But thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully this gets resolved soon. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to replace the bathroom or if they're going to be like, no, it's fine. So Mal really wants them to replace the bathroom, but you're the one that was in there and you saw how bad it was, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Let's be back tomorrow, shall we? So yeah, this side of the room is junky, but at least it's games. And then you turn to this side of the room and you're like, what's happening? Like, there's the boxes and stuff.
So what's your story? Looking to trade? Rob me? Or just ask directions to Diamond City?
Diamond City? Where's that?
Directions. Figures. Just keep going until you see the skyline. Cross the river. You'll find the Great Green Jewel just inside the city limits.